What's up YouTube, Jeff back again. Today, another very exciting tech video for you guys. And today, we're gonna talk about a scenario that I run into all the time. I'm working on my laptop in a coffee shop and I need more screen real estate, or I'm gaming on a handheld like my Nintendo Switch. And I think to myself, wow, this would be a much more immersive experience if I had a larger screen. Today, we're gonna talk about a product that can help you guys solve both of these issues at the same time. This is the Arzopa Z3FC, a 16.1-inch 2.5K QHD portable monitor with 180 Hz refresh rate. It also has FreeSync and HDR10, built around being easy to take anywhere without turning into a cable management project. Today, I'm going to show you guys a real-world review. I've used this in multiple scenarios, including out in the wild, in a coffee shop, here in my studio, at home, in my home office, for things like productivity on my Windows laptop, using Samsung DeX to connect my phone directly to get that desktop experience, and also do some Android gaming with that setup, using my gaming controller, also setting it up with my Nintendo Switch and other handhelds, and even using the PS5 to connect and play some heavy-duty console games. Portable monitors aren't new, but most of them are still stuck in the basic second screen mode. The Z3FC is different because it's clearly aiming for two groups at once, both remote workers with mobile productivity in mind, turning your laptop into a real dual screen setup at home, in a cafe, park, airport, or hotel while traveling. And then also the portable gaming crowd, especially with a handheld like a Steam Deck, Nintendo Switch, ROG Ally, or even a full console like a PS5 or Xbox when you want a smoother, bigger screen without dragging a full-size monitor around while you're traveling. The big headline is the 180 Hz through USB-C DisplayPort and up to 144 Hz over HDMI. Having that port flexibility does make a real big difference, and I'll talk about that as well here as we get into the unboxing and exactly what you get, because you do get the cables necessary to get started right out of the box. Pulling the Arzopa monitor out of the box, you'll notice the premium build quality right away, which you don't get with a lot of cheaper portable monitors that have that really plastic feeling. This has an aluminum alloy body and it feels incredibly premium. It's very travel friendly at about 780 grams and roughly 9.3 millimeters thin. It also includes a protective sleeve, which you don't get with a lot of cheaper portable monitors, and I would consider that mandatory, as one of the target demographics here for this product is people who want to travel around, play games, and get work done on the go. You get two USB-C cables and an HDMI to mini HDMI cable, so you're not forced to buy accessories just to use it, which, like I said, is something that's a real value add if you're purchasing this and want to use it with multiple devices. Next up, let's talk about the display quality and specs, because this is where the Z3FC really brings the value. You've got a 16.1-inch IPS panel, 16:9 aspect ratio, 2560 by 1440, 2.5K QHD resolution, 180 Hz refresh rate with FreeSync, HDR10 support, 400 nits of brightness, 107% sRGB color gamut, and dual speakers for basic audio. Now, I ran various tests with this using productivity and gaming workflows, and I found the text to be incredibly sharp when working with text and spreadsheets. The refresh rate super smooth when you're gaming, whether it's with handhelds or consoles, and the brightness really pops, especially if you're sitting next to a window like at a coffee shop, or if you have a big window just in your home office or your office at work. This thing is going to be beautiful, and it's very, very bright, so you can still see exactly what's on the screen with excellent viewing angles. And the scaling and aspect behavior on consoles and handhelds works very well, and that single cable usability with USB-C makes it basically plug and play. The first workflow that I went through was my productivity workflow, whether when I was out working just at a Starbucks or if I was working here in my downtown studio or at home. And I set this up and it was incredibly simple to get started with my Galaxy Book 5 Pro. If your laptop supports USB-C DisplayPort, you run power and video through one cable, that's an ideal experience. You just plug it in, shows up instantly, and you're working. You can easily drag apps between screens, split screen docs in your browser, use your email, calendar, Slack, Notions, Microsoft Teams, no problem whatsoever. This is honestly a perfect setup if you want to get extra productivity while you're on the go or just working out for the day and you don't want to be cooped up in the office. And the Arzopa Z3FC also supports vertical portrait orientation so that you're able to get more information on the screen if you're working with longer documents. This is honestly a piece of versatility that you don't get with all portable monitors, and it's great to see Arzopa include this feature. And as I said, the brightness, that up to 400 nits, is really important if you are working out and about near a window or even outdoors. This thing is still crisp and readable. It's not just a luxury feature, it's something you need if you really want to make this a portable productivity companion. Of course, for my Samsung fans, I did test this with Samsung DeX by connecting my Galaxy S25 Ultra as well as my Galaxy Z Trifold and using it in DeX mode with a portable keyboard and mouse, and it works absolutely amazing. This is honestly one of the best portable DeX setups that I've seen. This thing handles all of the windowing perfectly with DeX, and you basically have yourself a full desktop setup using nothing more than your phone and the Arzopa Z3FC. Now keep in mind, because this thing is so thin and light, if you throw this and your phone in your bag, it's basically going to add no extra weight. And then if you throw in a very thin and light keyboard and travel mouse, you've basically got a full desktop setup with under a couple of pounds of weight added to your bag, which is phenomenal. And of course, this is also great for traveling. If you turn your tiny laptop screen into a real setup, when you're stuck traveling or visiting family, you can get real work done on the go. And like I said, you could choose to just use your phone or your tablet with the Samsung DeX setup if you are a Galaxy user. Let's now talk about some of the gaming scenarios that I put the Arzopa Z3FC through, and it really performed well in a variety of scenarios. I did try some Android gaming using my portable game controller when I was in DeX mode connecting my Galaxy phones. That worked absolutely amazing. The frame rate's very smooth. And of course, even though this can't max out the true spec potential in terms of refresh rate of the monitor, it's still an amazing setup and gives you an expansive display to play your favorite mobile games. You can really take this to the next level if you're using something like a more powerful handheld, or if you're using a Nintendo Switch, and those handhelds also can't push that 180 FPS at 1440p, but that high refresh rate still improves responsiveness and motion clarity, and that makes the monitor more future-proof for possible future gaming setups that you may have. Lastly, I did connect my PS5 as well just to test out how this would be for traditional console gaming. Say if you wanted to take your console with you while you're traveling, but obviously you wanted to make sure that you have a display that's going to be a lot of fun to game on. The Z3FC does have mini HDMI and it can run that 144 Hertz, which is great if you're playing PlayStation because that's mainly going to be 60 to 120 Hertz for most consoles. And if you're traveling and you don't want to take up one of your relatives' TV when you're staying in a guest room or something, this is a perfect way to enjoy your console, for instance, traveling for the holidays or something like that. The responsiveness is fantastic, and the kickstand is an amazing value add because you can set it up right on the bed or on a tabletop if you are in that guest room, and you'll be able to get right into gaming with your traditional console. And indeed, some of the finer details are what really make the Arzopa Z3FC worth it. You get 2 USB-C ports for power and DisplayPort, 1 mini HDMI port which gives you real versatility, that built-in adjustable kickstand, which means you can set this up pretty much anywhere, and dual speakers that are surprisingly good and work in a pinch, though of course, for great gaming and media immersion, you will want to use some kind of headphones connected for the best experience. So in conclusion, if you want a portable monitor that is light, is thin, is easy to travel with, is great for productivity on the go, whether you're out and about, just working at a coffee shop, or at home or in your studio, this thing makes a lot of sense, and you can still use it for gaming because it does have those high refresh rate specs, high brightness that you would like to get, and HDR compatibility. Oh darn. I'll drop the product links below as well as any discount codes that are currently going on or deals. Huge shout out to Arzopa for sending out this display and also sponsoring the video. If you guys have any questions about compatibility with your various gaming setup, handhelds, laptops, different operating systems, and kind of how this will show up in terms of resolution, the scaling and all that, be happy to get back to you in the comments. Check out all that below. Appreciate you guys checking out this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.